What's up everybody, this is Vince with MarvelousMarketing.online here with another video today on social media mistakes you're probably making. This goes either if you're a business, if you're a personal brand. Basically, if you're on social media, then you're probably making these mistakes. So in this video today, I'm going to address those mistakes and show you how to fix them. And this will help show you the right way. We'll show you the right path. So if you're into those things, then keep on watching this video. So you're on social media, you're posting every single day or every other day. You're just posting a bunch of random stuff. You think that's a good thing or a bad thing? I'm telling you right now, it's probably not a good thing. What you need to have is a content strategy plan. You need to figure out what you're gonna post, when you're gonna post it, and how you're gonna post it. I want you to ask yourself, what's your end goal with social media? Are you trying to get more followers? Are you trying to get more people to your website? Or are you trying to get people to buy your product? These are all questions you need to ask yourself when you're first making a content strategy plan. When you plan out things ahead of time, it usually turns out better than you not planning things out. So that's the same idea when it comes to social media. So a tip that I can give you is to have a content calendar. But where do you find a content calendar? Basically, if you Google content calendar, there will be a lot of examples that'll give you different days and what to post on those days. Copy those calendars and figure out what you want to post on those days. Before we get into the rest of the content, I wanted to make sure that you already hit that like button, you already hit that subscribe button, and that bell notification is already on, so you're notified every time I drop a video. After you get your content calendar, what you need to do is plan out your content. So the mistake I actually made before, and I'm sure a lot of you are making the same mistake, is not taking the time to actually plan out your content. So what I mean by that is every first or second Sunday of the month, what I do is block out 2 to 3 hours of time to create content, or I set a reminder like a couple days before too, so I know that this day or this block of time is dedicated to creating content. You need to stick to it. It's like you're making an important meeting with yourself because you know it's important to post on social media and put your content out there. So make sure that you're blocking out time to plan out your content strategy. So mistake number 2 that a lot of people are doing is not being social on social media. It's called social media here, okay? You need to be talking to people. You need to be engaging with people. If someone sends you a DM, you need to respond to it. If someone comments on one of your stuff, you need to comment back. You need to be involved, engaged in the community. If you don't like being social, why are you on social media? So it's about being social. For example, I remember a few years ago, there was somebody that I tweeted to and they just liked my tweet and retweeted it. And I was like, what? I was blown away. I was like, dang, okay, I see you, I see you. I felt so happy. You can give your audience and the people that follow you the same kind of reaction just by responding to their comments, just by messaging them back. You have to be engaged with your audience because they want to be engaged with you. Not with the ring, but just engaged as in you're talking and you're building that relationship with them. Don't talk to them back like they're a robot. You know that it's another person, so just talk to them like you're talking to them in person and that they're one of your good friends. Along with that, when you're engaging and commenting on people and talking to them, you're building relationships, you're building that trust. And you have to remember, when you build trust with people and relationships, people only buy from people that they trust. So if you build out relationships and that trust, you're essentially helping yourself making that sale at the end. Or if you're just trying to grow your following, you're deepening that relationship to help yourself grow on social media, but also deepening that relationship with the person that you're connecting with. The next mistake that people do is not coming up with content that's cohesive, that's similar to each other. People are posting about dogs, and then cats, and then their favorite meal of the day, and then something that made them mad the other day. They're not figuring out what their niche or niche is. So what you need to do is figure out what you want to be posting about. Let's say I want to post about food. There's so many things about food that I can post. I can post about food that I've eaten recently, like at different restaurants. I can post about food that I've made. I can post an article that one of my favorite food writer wrote about. What I'm getting at is basically there's so much content over one subject that your whole thing works well together, so it all makes sense. So in order to do that, what I want you to do is pick out 5 categories that you know you like to talk about. Whether that's sports, that's animals, that's food, that's cars. Pick out 5 of those things and then narrow them down even more so you get 1 or 2 things, and then narrow it down even more to figure out that one thing you want to start posting about. Because if you really enjoy doing it, if you're not going to enjoy it, you're not going to do it. So make sure you pick an idea that you really like to post about and post about it. Let's keep going. Make sure you're not controlled by your emotions when you're posting things. If you're responding to someone and you're not having a good day, don't respond out of the emotion, because once you post something on the internet, it can be there forever. Even if you delete it, people can screenshot it and save it forever, and it can bring bad juju to you, and you don't want that bad juju. You just want that good juju. So the next thing that people are just obsessed with over on social media are vanity metrics. What are vanity metrics? Vanity metrics are the follows, the likes, the shares, the comments, all the stuff that involves other people doing on your page. You shouldn't focus too much on that stuff because that doesn't relate to you having a good business or a good service. Because people can buy followers, people can buy likes, but you know what they can't buy? A real relationship with other people on social media. You build that, you build the trust, you build the camaraderie. Focus on the people that actually want to follow you and get to know you for who you are. So don't be too focused on the vanity metrics. It's only gonna lead you to go, yeah, vanity metrics don't equal success, but results do equal success. So the next mistake that a lot of people are making is inconsistency. What they're doing is only posting on a platform once a week, when you know in reality you need to be posting on there at least 5 times, at least 7 times a week, depending on the platform. You know, for YouTube, for example, to post a video, either 2 videos a week, sometimes 1 video a week does really well depending on the quality of it. Instagram is almost every day. It just depends on the platform that you're trying to grow on. You know, people want you to be consistent. They want to constantly see new content from you all the time, whether that's once a week or maybe 5 to 7 days out of the week, depending on the platform. You need to make sure you figure out how often you should be posting on a platform and actually follow those guidelines so you can continue to grow and make your followers and your audience happy, because ultimately that's what matters. Okay, the last and final mistake that I know a lot of people on social media are making is they are overly promotional. They are promoting their product almost in every single post, okay? You know that if one of your friends or somebody that you follows keeps posting about their service all the time, if it's every single post, before you know it, you're just gonna start scrolling over. You'll be like, nah, not worth my time. That's dumb. I know what they're talking about already. What I want you to do is follow an 80-20 strategy. 80% you're posting stuff that brings value, that's entertaining, that your audience wants to see, and 20% can be your service or your product you're trying to sell them. When you balance it like that, they're more engaged, they're more likely to buy your service, they're more likely just to be okay with you posting about your product and eventually buy it, because you're not throwing it in their face constantly like, here, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes to be sold to all the time. Nobody likes to have a product or something shoved in their face. So make sure you follow that 80-20 strategy. So make sure you're avoiding all of these mistakes. Make sure you always have a content strategy plan. You're being social on social media and talking to your audience. You're building those deep, meaningful relationships with your audience. Consistent. You're not focusing on vanity metrics, and you're not being overly promotional. Make sure you follow all of these steps and you avoid the mistakes that I've made, and I'm sure a lot of you have made. If this video was in any way helpful to you, please make sure that you send this to your friends. You share this amongst everybody, because you know it'll help them if they're on social media. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget, be marvelous.